Donald Trump just did an interview with Harris Faulkner on Fox News, and he said that he could have appointed Ivanka as the UN ambassador. This is wild.
Ivanka had a very, very successful business. Unbelievable. She was doing great. She wanted to work, and I could have made her ambassador to the United Nations. I wanted to, actually. I could have given her anything. She was the smartest, everything about her. And she only wanted one job, to get people jobs. She would go around and meet with companies to hire people. She just wanted, and they didn't treat her nicely. Just treat her, treat people like with respect. Top student, top everything. Brilliant person. They didn't treat her nicely. They didn't treat really anybody nicely. Now, it's okay.
By getting people jobs, do you mean getting people in foreign country jobs? Wasn't Ivanka notorious for traveling and cutting deals with other countries? And number two, it really annoys me that Republican or Donald Trump's claim to fame was essentially saying that Hillary Clinton is a part of the deep state, that she's pulling all of the strings behind the scenes, that the Clinton family has entrenched their power so deeply within the DNC that they can't be taken down. And now that is exactly what Donald Trump has done. Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, is literally the head of the RNC. Donald Trump is diverting resources away from down ballot races to his legal funds. Donald Trump has literally become the swamp that he swore to destroy. He is now the one behind the scenes pulling the strings. He was going to appoint his own daughter as the ambassador to the UN, somebody with zero experience whatsoever in foreign policy. He thought could tie the entire globe together because he is trying to put his family members in positions of power. Exactly what they said that the Clintons did. Literally exactly what they said that the Clintons did. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not going to make like Don Jr. his VP, then attack Biden for nepotism. It's just all projection.
Nicely. They didn't treat really anybody nicely. Now, it's okay in my case because, I guess I bought onto this, right? But, they have a list of presidents. And it was always Andrew Jackson who was considered the worst treated president, and then Abraham Lincoln was second.
He's going to say he's the worst treated one now.
I think I have to be at the top of the
list. Yeah, oh my Lord.
Treated. I got impeached twice over. Absolutely. And by the way, the Republicans really stuck with me. Brilliant. Yeah, they were great. I could not ask for more. The Republicans, the level of support I had. Ivanka had a very, very successful business. Unbelievable. She was doing great. She wanted to work, and I could have.
It's easy to have an incredibly successful business when your father literally molds the business for you. I mean, it's the same thing. And when your grandfather gave your father a loan of what, $1 million? Didn't he give him at one point $10 million? And then it's like, yeah, you're starting ahead of the average American citizen. No shit, you're gonna have a successful business. I'm not undermining her work. I'm sure she's an intelligent person. That's not what I'm saying. But it's kind of like you kind of were born at the finish line and all you had to do was walk across and you're like celebrating like you ran the whole race.
I could have made her ambassador to the United Nations. I wanted to, actually. I could have given her anything. She was the smartest, everything about her. And she only wanted one job, to get people jobs. She would go around and meet with companies to hire people. She just wanted, and they didn't treat her nicely. Just treat her, treat people like with respect. Top student, top everything.
Treat people with respect. Yep. Coming from the guy who broke into American politics by coming up with nicknames. Coming from the guy who made fun of Paul Pelosi after he was almost killed by a hammer. And now it's all about being nice to people. And just notice the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans' reaction to an assassination attempt. When Paul Pelosi was almost killed, he was hit in the head with a hammer and taken to the hospital. Donald Trump Jr. said, "Got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready." Donald Trump said this.
We'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
This is the equivalent of Joe Biden giving a speech right after Trump was shot. He goes up to a rally. He's talking about, the economy's booming. And he sarcastically says, "How's Trump doing, by the way? How's Trump doing?" Is he okay over there? Like, the difference between Democrats and Republicans' reaction to an attempted assassination is wild. Democrats immediately were serious. They were somber. They understood the gravity of the situation. Democrats immediately tried to defuse the situation. And that has proven every single Democrat, even Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi said, "I wish him well." AOC said, "I wish him a speedy recovery." Joe Biden called him. Joe Biden personally called him. Here is a list of the similarities between Agenda 47 and Project 2025. So Donald Trump has been trying to distance himself from Project 2025 ever since it hit the national stage, and now he's trying to champion Agenda 47, but a lot of them have the same talking points. They have the crossover is insane. So, as we talked about with Project 2025, it proposes reclassifying federal employees to facilitate their removal and ensure loyalty, and Trump will do that by reinforcing the executive order Schedule F. And then Agenda 47 immediately says, reissuing Schedule F to reclassify federal employees as at-will employees, making it easier to file them. The loyalist strategy. It is the same exact aim. It's the same goal. They both want to reclassify tens of thousands of civil servants. When it comes to executive power, Project 2025 wants to concentrate power in the executive branch and purge career civil servants, again, to incentivize loyalty towards Donald Trump. Agenda 47 wants to expand executive power by consolidating control over the federal bureaucracy. They call it draining the administrative state, and the idea that Donald Trump won't take advantage of this Supreme Court ruling after they actually expand his executive power is insane. We're 2 days out from the shooting, and he's already taking full advantage of that. Immigration. Enacting strict immigration policies, according to Agenda 47, including mass deportations and border security measures. Now, border security measures are fine, maybe not the way Republicans want to do them, but the mass deportations are disgusting. They have talked about deporting 11 to 20 million people, and I say this all the time, but there's a few things wrong. There's a lot wrong with that. But first of all, how do you deport 11 million people in a non-violent way? Number two, how do you stop yourself from accidentally deporting American citizens? Number three, how do you do this without tanking the economy? Number four, it's just inhumane. These are human beings who came over here for a better life, and what do you know? Project 2025 says the exact same thing. Project 2025 says the exact same thing. Next, education. Removing federal oversight of education and promoting school vouchers. It's more than that. Donald Trump wants to eliminate the Department of Education completely, which that's what it says in Agenda 47. Eliminate the DOE and promote school choice through vouchers. And by school choice, they mean defunding public schools. Civil rights. Eliminating anti-discrimination protections and banning gender-affirming care. That's what it says in Project 2025. With Agenda 47, the same thing. Rolling back protections for LGBTQ individuals and restricting gender-affirming care, and we've already seen that happening in red states. We already see this exact same thing happening. Healthcare, promoting privatized healthcare options and reducing government healthcare programs. That's what Project 2025 says. In Agenda 47, expanding Medicare Advantage and reducing government involvement in healthcare, which would be most likely trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which I'm sure Donald Trump would try to do again. He keeps saying 2 weeks until we have a healthcare plan. 2 weeks, I'm sure it's coming. Abortion and contraception. Implementing federal laws against mailing abortion pills and restricting access to contraception is what they want to do in Project 2025. They also support the legal theory that a fetus should be considered a human at birth. Or no, sorry, not at birth. From conception. They want they want the fetus to be considered a baby, which will help them justify a nationwide abortion ban. And then again, restricting access to abortion and contraception. Post this on my subreddit. I will post this on my subreddit in less than an hour after I'm done going live. Subreddit link will be in the chat in a second. If you want this, it'll be on my subreddit. Trade and tariffs. Imposing tariffs to protect American industries and renegotiating trade deals. That's Agenda 47. Project 2025. Implementing trade policies that protect American industries from foreign competition. Law enforcement. Proposing significant changes to DOJ and FBI, focusing on loyalty and alignment with exclusive priorities. Also, removing the checks and balances that exist in the police force so that they are immune. Donald Trump has talked about making the police immune. What does that reality look like when Donald Trump is immune and all of the police forces under him are immune? And then Agenda 47, increasing funding and support for law enforcement agencies, defund the FBI. So I think the main takeaway from this is that even though Donald Trump is trying to distance himself from Project 2025, this Agenda 47 is basically the same thing in less words. Don't forget that. Don't let MAGA gaslight you about that.